Well, I'm trying to put it together.
Okay, yeah, just let me know.
It's gonna be a little yeah, it is. We are live. Anybody that's there, if you can hear us, just stand by. I'll get the overlays in just a second. Carl, we are on here. Follow us.
Yeah, good evening, race fans. As we're already into this race, unfortunately, some internet issues on my end, and was not wanting to upload correctly. It was losing a ton here tonight, so we had to make shift. And Jimmy is getting everything set up right now for everyone out there. I will let you know that it was Alan Elwood on the pole, Jacob Grube on the outside. They had a pretty good battle on lap one going down the backstretch, but it is sorted out right now to Alan Elwood as your leader. And you got Jacob Grube in second. Matthew Seeger, new to the series here tonight, up there in third. Joey Cruz, Ricky Renner for your top five. Jason Chrisman, Chris Gilbert, Jason LePan, Brian Vorse, and Colin Flickiger for your top 10. We got 27 cars out there in the field. And we are at the beautiful Watkins Glen International as we were just here on Thursday night for Virtual Velocity Racing. Here tonight, we're watching the Core O'Reilly Series take part in some road racing here with the Xfinity cars as well, the O'Reilly cars as well. But good start here for majority of the field. Just trying to get everything up and sorted out. You see the starting grid, letting you know where everyone started out here tonight, and then we'll get to the official the start here and then get this thing over. They're on lap number 4 right now of 35.
Navigation for your starter here.
I could not get it up there. That's the one where I told you about. I could not find out how to add the plugin on there for some reason. So that's another thing. So yeah, it'll go off by itself as soon as it gets through everybody. So.
Got me a little confused. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it's a work in progress on the fly. So at least we're here, we're live, and we'll catch the action here. We'll make sure I'll get trading page is going good for those that have taken the time to get the field. But we have 27 cars. Looks like 27 cars on the track at the moment. And Alan Elwood out front with Grube in second, Seeger in third, and Glenn Cruz and Renner for your top five. And obviously things going well here. A lot of drivers like Watkins Glen, and it's all about trying to race the track, but sometimes more than everybody else out there. And these cars aren't typically used or thought of going left and right, but some drivers can really get around here really good with them, and it's just all about that throttle input and learning how that weight of that car shifts around here tonight. So it's gonna be a good one here. I know that for a fact. And right now just kind of letting the cameras take self-control, so any action on the track is what iRacing thinks is exciting at the moment. And it looks like we're up front here with Jacob Grube and Alan Elwood.
Real quick, Jimmy, what do we have for the room name here tonight?
It should be the same as yours. Core O'Reilly.
Great, yeah. For some reason, it's not following your cameras for whatever reason. So I'll try and reload here. But either way, I'll just watch whatever I want to watch. Forget you.
Yeah, I can switch cameras on fly. So yeah, just whatever is up there for now, Carl. I mean, this is obviously not our norm, and it's welcome TV racing streaming. It's obviously we just had a shift. Typically, Carl's the one that covers Tuesday nights, and I usually end up just kind of, relaxing it and just chit-chatting with Carl. But we're not chit-chatting here too much here, as the drivers are trying to get around here tonight, and obviously I'll bring up session state. We're on lap 6 of 35, and you can see there the gaps between the drivers right now. I'll go ahead and I'll throw up the interval in between them as well. And that way you can see who's actually battling. So if it's in orange, obviously they're within a half a second. Red and, they're under a second. Let's see, just seeing the 54 kind of go around and lose control there. And I think that was Jason.
Jason, back there you go.
So we'll go ahead and catch that for everybody here real quick and see what happened here with 54. But I can guarantee it's probably just coming off that curve and just a little too much throttle. And going sideways just a little bit, and able to keep it off the wall. Well, use the wall to help turn, but still in good shape there. It's not too bad. Self-preservation, as you will here, for Watkins Glen. We've seen a lot more. Do see Bradshaw was in an earlier incident as well. Currently in the pits with a meatball. So yeah, just drivers out here doing a pretty good job. Platinum driver on top, gold driver in second, and still a rookie. Or maybe not a rookie anymore, Matthew Seeger, I believe is newer, so it would be still a rookie in third.
Yeah, Elwood leads it. Grube in second, Seeger, Cruz, and Renner for your top 5. Then you got Gilbert, Edwards, Lepan, Flickinger, and Vors for your top 10. Biggest mover of the race here so far is Aaron Edwards. Started back there in 23rd, unless I'm seeing things wrong here. I'm seeing that he started back there in 23rd and is up to 7th position already. And there's definitely some road course specialists. They always come out, and you always find them here on the road course races. And it certainly looks like Alan Elwood not missing a beat, missing last week's race after doing a little real racing himself in his go-kart, and doing very well out there. But certainly missed all the platinum drivers. We were down to none last week, but we got one right now here on. Actually, yeah, sorry, 2 now, because Joseph Truskowski has graduated and gotten rid of his rookie colors, and he's now in the platinum division, and already seen some other drivers that very well could be maybe potential platinum drivers before this season ends, once they get rid of their rookie colors as well. But right now, good start for majority of the field. Richie Bradshaw, the only one that is appeared to be out of this race with the meatball. William Harvin already down a lap back there in 26th position. But the rest of the field making their way through. Joe Sullivan, your overall points leader coming into tonight. Well, he was expecting to not exactly have a good start. He did have a bit of an off track as we were getting everything set up here and going, and he's now dropped back to dead last in the running on the lead lap, as he's back there in 25th position. But did start up there in 11th, so maybe has the speed to work his way back up there. But it's going to be a long race for the one.
Yeah, well, not too long. I mean, you just gotta, just keep at it, and obviously just keep control of the car. Is probably the easiest way to go. But Aaron Edwards, I think, blinking out there just a little bit there, so he'll be hard to follow tonight. But right now, some good driving going on. Some drivers still in some pretty decent battles, especially back there with Zane Bierman and Jason Chrisman. Jason Chrisman going down to the inside, blinking out, but going to side there of Truskowski. Pushing Truskowski a little low, but giving some room, so not too bad of a move, but definitely slowed Crispin up out of that and giving Zane Bierman the opportunity to get around. But now they're going to come up through the S's. Very tight spot and hard place to make things work for sure, but they're going to come out of that corner there and head down that back stretch here down to the bus stop, and it's a drag race, and who's going to give way? It does look like a little bit of damage there on Zane Bierman's car, and keeping to that inside-outside line there as these drivers use all the curb in order to get around. And I'm sure Zane's having a bit of a issue keeping track of Crispin as he's blinked and went across the other side of the car. So
yeah, I mean, this is road course, not dirt track, right? Because I'm seeing sliders, I'm seeing crossovers. I don't know what's going on here, but some good hard racing here by Crispin and Bierman. Looks like Crispin will be able to take that position back away, but yeah, good run right there for sure. This is this is the one and only road course here on the schedule, and we'll see how these drivers tackle it when it comes to pit stops. Looks like Truskowski already in the pits, and that's what I was about to say. You know, once you get into the pit window, it may not be a bad idea. Like if you're in traffic, you're a faster driver, to just kind of just jump right into the pits, get your pit stop done, get yourself out of the the chaos, the traffic, if you're trying to work your way through, and just off clean air, and you can bang out some pretty fast laps. And by the time the pit road cycle has gone through, you may find yourself up another 4 or 5 positions if you're doing well out there. But good battle right here as Drummond's maybe a little tap there on the back of Billy Rickett, gonna drag race him down into the bus stop, and gonna make that pass here on the inside. I did hear from some of the drivers here tonight that's in their practice that they noticed a couple things. One, that the off tracks here are still in play. You can drive this thing way out there. You see them driving way out there out of the carousel. Do the same thing out of turn number 1. In real life at NASCAR, they are getting away with that. They are not allowing the drivers to drive way out there anymore, and I believe that's going to be reflected in iRacing as well. Clearly isn't in there just yet, at least for tonight's session. We didn't see it in the Thursday night session for VVR either. But the other thing that they mentioned, car's a bit loose here tonight, and it is a bit of a handful, so would not be surprised if we see some drivers self-spin. We've seen Crispin earlier getting a little bit loose coming out of the carousel, just tapping that curbing. So you got to make sure that car's underneath you. Now, a loose car isn't necessarily a bad thing. You need to understand what it's going to do, what it wants to do. If it's loose going into the corner, loose through the corner, loose on throttle, or maybe loose everywhere, you just need to know where it's going to get loose and where it's going to get tight, so you can kind of manage it around here, because that's all you're really doing right now. You're trying to click off these laps. If you're not a road course specialist, you're not used to throwing these big stock cars around the road courses. But I'll tell you what, right now, the top 2 definitely look like they know what they're doing. That's the 5 of Alan Elwood, but Jacob Grube in second there has not let him go at all, not 1 inch. They are right there side of each other. The man in front of him, though, is Joseph Truskowski. Already made his pit stop, in and out, took a set of tires there on lap number 9. So we'll see what kind of speed Truskowski has here on the road course for you to hold off these leaders.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to want to keep him back there as long as possible, and obviously his tires going up, and yeah, it might be a lap, not lap car yet. He is the last car in the lead lap, but like you said, he already pit, so maybe just trying to get out front. And if he can hold them up and slow them up, it could force them to be a little slow and give them the opportunity to catch back up here. The lap times are right around 1:13. I think the whole pit cycle is like 50-some seconds. But he does let them get around as they are battling. Gave him a couple corners, give him a little bit, but Group is now coming in the pits and slows it down.
He slowed it down via the wall, and luckily, I don't think it's going to be a pit road penalty. He kind of hit the wall right by the cone. I was wondering if there was, maybe like an iRacing glitch, that if you're technically on the right-hand side of that cone, if it gives you any kind of penalty. So we'll keep an eye on Group's pit stop here, but deciding to go early here, and we'll see if he can get out there with some fresh tires, maybe retake the lead here, as he had it briefly on the start of this race out of turn number 1. But good battle right here between a couple of orange cars. I'm sure that's why they caught tie right here. And that is Aaron Edwards in 5th place, and 6th place Chris Gilbert right now. But take a look at an incident here for Lynn Bierman, and this is the penultimate corner, and that thing just absolutely got loose right away under braking, and a good job holding his brakes, staying right there. Unfortunately, kind of in the racing line, but the drivers, no cautions out here on the track other than local cautions. So I'm sure they seen the caution flag coming into the other penultimate corner, and a good job avoiding any kind of additional incidents right there. But so far so good. Laps clicking away here pretty quickly. Already on lap number 13. Now you see Joey Cruz is going to come in from 4th place here and make his first pit stop, as he does have a spotter out here tonight. He has the former champion Jack Stoneman on the box here tonight, so we'll see if it helps out the 28 here in his finish.
Yeah, and a few drivers, obviously, everybody's kind of mixing up their pit strategy here tonight, and it's kind of interesting to see who and when and who's going to come out on top. And obviously, we know Alan Elwood out there right now, leading, and now the pressure's kind of off as Grube kind of went in the pits, but now having to deal with some slower traffic, some newer drivers. At that, so the 5 trying to get around the 82.
Man.
The 5 is going to go around.
Gonna go around here, and he's gonna keep it off of the wall right there. We're gonna lose a couple spots in, and this is where Grube coming in for that early pit stop may pay off here, and I can confirm that there was no penalty for the 188 coming into the pits, and not sure if that was Allegrini kind of pushing out there, or if that was the 5 kind of coming down on the inside there and hooking them, or what the case was. But you see right here the 01
trying to get in the pits.
Travis Noble. I don't know if he was planning on going to the pits, but he probably thought, you know what, I'm already slow enough, I'm already down here, might as well just go and bring it in the pits right now. But yeah, it definitely seems like for some of these drivers, it's a bit of a handful here tonight.
Another one.
And yeah, it just seems like, you know, losing it right away here. That's William Harvin. As it looks like Richie Bradshaw did get back into the race. William Harvin, luckily holding. We were holding.
He's still holding. He's watching that relative and out his front window. It's trying to get
emphasis
these cars.
on the mellow. And no yellow here tonight. As,
mellow with no yellow.
There we go. As he gets it back going. No other issues. It looks like get you back live. Another incident here with Jason Crispin. Looks like he had an incident, but now. Yeah, we'll take a look at that here real quick. This was going into the bus stop, and that's not the way you want to take it for sure. And luckily, wow,
Anthony Edwards
that was Anthony Edwards just sneaking by right there. But to give you an idea, right there is Alan Elwood, and he was battling with Jacob Grube for the lead. He is now 16 seconds behind Jacob Grube, who has completed his pit stop. Grube is the leader of the cars that came into the pits now. Grube did not take any tires, so that could be playing a big factor here. Certainly, you know, of the 16 seconds, about 7-8 of them were from just the pit stop itself, with Grube's pit stop being 7.7 seconds. Alan Elwood taking the tires, going for a 15-second flat pit stop. So that is certainly something that's going to play into that 16 seconds for sure. Not seeing anybody with a pit road penalty yet, so it's not exactly the most difficult pit road to get in. Probably the hardest part is nope. Looks like he's going here as well. 15 seconds. I think the hardest part, Jimmy, about pitting here at Watkins Glen is just making sure that nobody runs you over when you're staying down there on the inside, a little bit slower going through that final corner. Getting into the pits, pretty easy.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity. Well, I haven't ran these cars, especially on a road course, in quite some time, and you know, it's coming out and trying to get them down through the gears. And if you don't rev match, Carl, you know, what I mean by that is don't downshift too quickly. If you downshift too quickly, it's like, you know, braking with your rear tires. And a lot of times that will send the rear end right around, and you know, that, or they're in a lower gear and they give it a little too much gas right there coming out of the corner off the apex, and it will send you around. And the turn into the pit lane, and typically you're going out to the wall, and now you got to keep it really tight. So communication between drivers and each lap when they're pitting is important here. Looks like the 188 trying to get around the 01, and the 01 giving plenty of room to Jacob Grube there through turn number 1. Seen a Sunoco machine going a little wide there. I'm not quite sure who that is, but Matt Seeger out in front of Alan Elwood and Joey Cruz out there still in P number 2. So, and I believe pit last year. So
looks like Joe Sullivan. Surprise, Joe Sullivan, last one out there, has yet to come in the pits. So he's worked his way up through the field here, but he's up to 17th, still not up to where he started the race. As it looks like William Harvin, Dalton Drummond's, a couple of incidents here. Drummond's had to jump into the pits as he's got a meatball flag. So, man, let's take a look and see what happened here to the 4. As this is coming through the exit of the carousel, hard impact there. And you hear right there the engine blowing on the number 4, so he stops immediately, throws it back to the pits. He was one of the last ones here to get in the session, and I was kind of joking with the drivers. I'm surprised at how small the field is relative to how many people are signed up and paid for the series. And I said there's a lot of scaredy cats out there not wanting to do the road course here tonight. And Drummond's quickly said he's on his way. Don't worry, but maybe wishing that he didn't after that right there, as it's better to be here than not. But we've got another incident, Jimmy. Alan Elwood.
Oh, no. See what happened to Alan here. Coming up in the back of 74 and just losing the rear end all on his own.
I'm not sure if that was a little, built up frustration from the early incident, or just trying to dig hard and trying to work his way back up through the field. But that is a meatball flag for the 5. He towed it back to pit lane. Looks like he is back in pit lane right now, getting repairs to try and get back out there and salvage something. Ricky Renner, another one with a meatball flag. I didn't see exactly where he went off, had his issues, but maybe to take a look at that one. Looks like he's in the pits and had to get a fast repair done as well. So these slippery cars here tonight, and Watkins Glen, the one road course on the schedule, maybe eating these drivers up. This is Ricky Renner, and he is certainly known for doing well on the road courses. But
this is post, I think. Let's see if I can catch what
that
happened.
it's just been going slow into the pits. But wait a second, I seen a puff of smoke.
Yeah,
Coming out of the carousel. So if we can speed this back, let's go through the bus stop. I seen a puff of smoke. I'm wondering if it was maybe a missed shift or a money shift, because I seen it coming right out of the carousel. There's the bus stop. Everything's still fine. On the exit of the carousel, when he goes up and over the curb on the exit, I seen a puff of smoke, and wondering if
right there. Yeah, blue motor.
Yep. So I'm not sure if that was a money shift, a miss shift, or what the case was right there. Maybe just the car just got really hot for some reason. But 53, luckily he was close enough to the pits that he could coast it in there and not have to tow it. But Jacob Grube is your leader. How about the man in second, Joey Cruz, doing a good job here, as we had him on camera for quite a bit here. And then the man in third, new to the series here tonight, but he's certainly got some other teammates out there. With Aaron Edwards, I believe, is one of them. Certainly a few speed shop drivers out there in the field. As you see, Aaron Edwards right there in fourth. They make up third and fourth. And Chris Gilbert, is he? No, he's just an orange and black car. So I'm not sure if he's part of the Sim Shop family. He's part of the Jimmy Lakey family for sure.
Yeah, I have no problem showing orange and black cars. I don't know. Like I said, it's just the color. It's always caught my eye. For many years, so when they're out there, I want to see what's on them, and the Sim Shop cars do look really good to me, along with the Kubota cars. So I mean, it's a lot of good looking cars out there. I know the drivers enjoy making paint schemes or getting one made for them from a shop. Definitely have plenty of Sim Shops out there that have made paint schemes for drivers, and like Michael Rakes rocking the MASH machine, very near and dear to my childhood as growing up. But watched plenty of MASH in my days. Classic Ford schemes there by Jason LaPalme, and then got where people are really gonna go to it. There with Josh Van Weston, Matt Crockett with
Alpine Stars and Liquid Death Machine.
Typically a Liquid Death Machine type. Simraces.com. One of the sponsors here with Ricky Renner is falling back to P number 13, but is trying to bring what he can together. Jason Crispin having a rough time too. Maybe just overdriving just a little bit here tonight.
Camera time for sure.
But
not for a good thing now.
Zane Bierman, I got him in the 55 here tonight, so I don't know if he just didn't trade his paints over from the other series, but. And then here's Joe Sullivan up to P16, so maybe not the start he wanted.
Yeah, to pit as well.
He did. Let me see. Pit left. Yeah, and Joe Sullivan was on lap 3. So yeah, he has a second time, I guess.
Okay, I brought up SDK after lap 3, so that's probably why it doesn't show up for me. But well, there you go. I told you, Jimmy. He's got a pit. There it is. Maybe he was listening to me out there, but yeah, Joe Sullivan now into the pits. I'm wondering if these drivers do need to come in. I would think a second time. I mean, I know these. I know some of them probably came in short pitted here a little bit, but Truskowski already came in on lap number 19 to make another pit stop here. It looks like about 14, 15 laps is kind of the outer extent. 35 lap race here tonight. Looks like a 2 pit stop race for the field. Now you got Aaron Edwards from the top 5. He brings the 65 into pit lane, and we'll see when our leaders come in as we got a battle for second place. Seeger to the inside into the bus stop. Great pass right there for the 74 as it moves the Toyota up into second place. Cruz still doing a good job here in third place, but your top platinum driver running now is Joseph Truskowski after the second pit stop. He's back there in 18th. Top gold driver is your leader, Jacob Grube. Top silver driver, Colin Flickinger, back out there here tonight, and looking like he's happy to be back out there. Top running silver driver in 7th place. Top running bronze is the 218 of Joe Thomas in 15th place. Good to see Joe finally getting a night off from trucking across the United States with the actual race team. And well, maybe he's not. Maybe he still is trucking out there and just has the rig with him. But either way, out here racing with the field here tonight. Good sized field. And I joked about the fact there's only 27 drivers out here. There's 59, I think, signed up, 56, something like that, signed up for this series. As we
Truskowski.
Oh, Truskowski, good save there as he keeps it going here. But yeah, so maybe missing about 30 drivers here tonight. Just maybe scared, a little scared of the S's here and the bus stop, and God forbid turning right. I mean, it's scary, Jimmy. It's scary.
It can be a little scary. I'd love to turn right. And I know we need to obviously meet Carl and the gang, or we're gonna more than likely attempt another Le Mans, the 24 hours of Le Mans that Major puts on. We usually get involved with that, and we haven't had very good luck. We've had some good races, there, but individually, but as a team, we just always had some sort of bad luck, whether it's a driver gone sideways and we kick him for a field goal. I've had my computer go out, and then we've had the ghost meatball flag that wouldn't go away. I mean,
we had guys straight across in front of us, and just absolutely T-boning them. The Porsche curves are certainly not kind to us one way or another. But yeah, we'll give it the old college try again. We got a couple of the CRM boys, myself and Jimmy, gonna take part here as we see a side-by-side battle, and it looks like Seeger, who is currently your leader out here tonight, as he's yet to make his second pit stop. Getting around the lap car there of Joe Thomas, but yeah, it'll be myself, Jimmy. It looks like maybe 3 others, possibly Derek Lowry and Chris Hamilton. Certainly don't mind having Chris on the team, a good road racer, as we try and pick him up, and he's happy to be coming home the way it sounds, and joining the CRM team for another race, as he didn't exactly enjoy himself at the Nürburgring. Well, we didn't either, but we'll give another endurance run a try. But here tonight, these drivers are doing something that they only get to do once a season in the Core O'Reilly Series, presented by SimRaces.com, and that's do their right-hand turns and run on the road course. But here, Jimmy, I mean, I don't want to say that Watkins Glen is the easiest road course, but I don't know that there's really any others that I would consider easier than Watkins Glen. Certainly, you look at Sonoma, definitely not easier than Watkins Glen. I mean, other ones in the United States, Road America, Road Atlanta, I don't think either of those are easier than Watkins Glen. Even Laguna Seca, I think Watkins Glen may possibly be the easiest road course that these drivers on a typical season would see.
Yeah, growing up it was either Sonoma or Watkins Glen. Been to Watkins Glen Good track to kind of go to and just be in the environment. As far as viewing a race, better on TV for sure. You get to see everything as you kind of what we're doing here, kind of just covering drivers when we can, and flipping through cameras and some different angles, and you kind of see how people are doing and whatnot. But some good racing here, kind of mid-pack. Right now in the top 10, you can see them going 3 wide, almost 3 wide. I'm thinking about going down to the bus stop, so but they file out here and get things through. Drivers playing a little bit of chicken, I think, when it comes to that bus stop, Carl. It's definitely challenging. Try to carry your speed, hold the control of the car, control the weight, get on that throttle properly, and keep it going to keep getting laps out. And you can see what happened to even some of the better drivers we've had, and just trying to drive hard, trying to catch up, after getting involved in an earlier incident like Alan Elwood did, with some lap traffic, and that does get frustrating, and that's where some of the drivers get frustrated. But pit stops kind of coming into play here. Right now we have about 10 laps to go, and right now we're on lap number 26 of 35 here at Watkins Glen. Jacob Grube is still currently your leader. Matthew Seeger is in P number 2. He's back 2 seconds. And then Brian Force, another newcomer here, still a rookie, in the number 80, currently in 3rd place. Joey Cruz back there in 4th. And then Aaron Edwards back there blinking, so I won't stay on him very long. But I did recognize him back there. And then you got Colin back here in the 6th. Chris Gilbert in 7th. Ricky Renner in the top 10 in 8th. Dylan Emerson in 9th. And Joe Thomas has worked his way up into P number 10. So a lot of drivers doing pretty good. Biggest mover of the race, though, up 18 spots currently, is Aaron Edwards. And getting that number 65 up where he needs to be, and to try to get a great finish. Obviously, a lot of these rookies and newer to Core, we've seen them a couple weeks now. I know they definitely have the skill to probably more than likely be in like the Platinum series here, or Platinum grouping. But all I know about Aaron is that his high rating is over 6K. That's a huge achievement for a lot of drivers. A lot of drivers go out there and, typically you can hover in the 2K, around 2K, maybe a little bit below, a little bit above, pretty easily. But when you start getting into the likes of, 3,000, 4,000 and higher, it just, obviously you need to have consistent finishes, wins, and the deal with what I call ovalers, it is very interesting. In the few races that I've done this year, a couple ovals, it's if you want some entertainment on the radio, definitely join an oval. You'll find it no matter what you're driving. They're very passionate, and sometimes they never think they're wrong, or they never made a mistake. And if you're watching them, or just viewing or spectating them, man, you can be like, I hope they go back or watch the replay, because they were totally in the wrong. But they stick to their guns, and the colorful language comes out for sure. But right now, Jacob Grube looking for the black and white flag of the checkered here tonight, doing a fantastic job in the 188 at the moment, leading this thing. And you can see here riding on board and through the bus stop here just how much curve that they're taking at the moment, especially there with the 188, and they're using anything he can to help the car rotate, whether it's loose or not. Has really kind of gotten it down here tonight, and using that setup to his advantage, being able to rotate, get down into the apex. You can see him using the curve and just the run that he's getting out of the corners, even on someone like the 59. Does look like he's coming
close right there. Truskowski. Now, Truskowski tried to keep it inside as much as possible there, got a little bit tight and loose at the same time, and almost got into Grube, as that is 13th place for Joe Truskowski. Not exactly a bad spot, up 6 spots from where he started, but that means there's only 12 cars on the lead lap, and it may be less than that very soon, because all those drivers that Jimmy mentioned, there's quite a few that still need to make their final pit stop, as Brian Vorse, Colin Flickier, Ricky Renner, and Joe Thomas all need to make a pit stop yet, as I think that was Dalton Drummond's on the inside there, or was it Nick Truskowski looks like he may have had
Joe Thomas. It just happened to us. Maybe Joe Thomas.
this is in the bus stop as it's a little bit too hot in the bus stop, but luckily there's enough of a runoff area. He's going to keep it off the wall as he was up there, I believe, just inside the top 10. He's back there in 12th right now, but he gets it back going. He doesn't need to make a pit stop yet. I see Drummond's is what we've seen out of turn number 1. You see just a little bit of a wiggle going into 1, and then ends up looping it around and giving a little smooch to the tires.
Not too bad.
But
Not too bad.
look around. I think that's, I'd give that an 8.5 for sure. Pretty good execution right there. Now here is Joey Cruz. I didn't see anything with him.
We're just back live.
Oh, back live. Okay, there we go. Yep, so there we go. And Cruz doing a good job. I'm going to give the kudos to Joey Cruz, the driver of the car. If and when he makes a mistake or causes an incident, then it's on the crew chief. Then it's on Jack Stolman for sure. It's clearly not on the driver when he makes a mistake. I mean, Joey was good last week and kept it clean, and he didn't have a spotter, so he should really be clean this week with the spotter out there. But Crew leads the way by 7.5 seconds over Matthew Seeger. They have both made their pit stops, as has Joey Cruz in 3rd. Brian Vorse still needs to make his last pit stop. He's currently in 4th. Aaron Edwards blinking his way to the end here. Taking a look at, he should be good to go on fuel to the end. With Chris Gilbert's in 6th. Colin Flickinger. Ricky Renner's needs to make a pit stop in 8th, but Dylan Emerson in the 41. We talked about him, I think it was last week, and said that he's sent that 41 up there a couple times. He's threatened to have some good finishes. This is his 5th race, so we're going to find out after this race where he shakes out. Actually, I'm not sure if it's even going to work after this race because this is a road course, so I'm not sure how the other 5 races will play into his score rating, if he drops to rookie status after this week or not. But he's getting close to finding out which division he's going to be in. Let's take a look in here in turn number 1 with Michael Rakes. And it seems like turn 1 is definitely in front of our leader. Not exactly what Grube wants to see right now. He's showing Grube what he has to do in about 5 laps. This is what you got to do. Turn 1, start doing donut.
Yeah, we've seen some people they finish these races and they just, once they hit those start finish line, they just keep the hammer down and take it to the wall. Out of frustration, and you can see here with Dylan Emerson, you can feel it.
Aaron Edwards crashed. Trying not to jump in here, but he was right behind Dalton Drummond's. A little bit of blinking out there, and it's a 3-car incident, and the blinking, I think, may have finally cost him. Joe Sullivan, I'm not sure how he's seen how to get through there, but
smoke. Stay away from the smoke.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he dropped quite a few positions down there as he backed it up the track there to finally get some room to turn it back around. Falls down to 8th place. And I'm surprised with all the blinking that he's had tonight that iRacing hasn't actually made him come into the pits. But he still keeps it inside the top 10. He's still the biggest mover of the race. But it's going to need to do some damage control now to finish this thing out. Either way, I think it's been a pretty good one out here tonight. The driver's certainly dealing with a loose race car, and it's fighting back here between the loose race car, between the one road course. It's Watkins Glen is not being easy on these drivers here tonight. And I guess even the internet connections, not just for me, but clearly for Aaron Edwards here as well. But we're down to less than 5 laps to go. Grube trying to cruise this thing from a 2nd place starting spot to the win.
And just been able to overcome any obstacles. They had some close calls. I'm sure when we get a chance to talk to him here tonight, I'm sure he'll stress that as one of the challenges here. But doing a fantastic job really getting this thing around here. Well, not 33 of 35, so just a few more laps there for Jacob Krug to kind of hold that 8-second lead, and they should cruise this thing here to a good finish. Seeger there with, in a solid 2nd. That's a great finish here. Obviously, a lot of talent out there. And Joey Cruz holding on here tonight, spotter and all, to kind of maybe collect another podium here. And then Chris Gilbert back here just a little bit trying to catch up, but just going to run out of time. He's 16 seconds back from Joey Cruz, so plenty of time. Closest battle on the race is kind of back here mid-pack. You got Josh Van Westen, Matt Crockett, and then Michael Rakes kind of all grouped together. So anything can kind of happen here, depending on how much pressure. You know, we've seen Michael Rakes kind of get slowed up a little bit. He is looking inside of the 10 here off the nose. You can see and trying to get that run, not able to let the car drift out. Didn't want to get into Matt Crockett there, but it's going to chase him down into the final turns here of Watkins Glen, and where a lot of drivers have been having a lot of issues. We can see how much tighter on the corner that he's getting in there over Matt Crockett, and then going to try a little bit wider to try to maybe get a run, but not enough as Matt Crockett gets a good run out of the final turn to head down into turn number 1, as we are now on lap 34 of 35.
Some updates on some of the drivers. It looks like William Harvin only able to complete 16 laps here tonight. He's going to finish in 27th. Alan Elwood, we've seen the incidents that he was involved in. He's going to finish in 26th. Richie Bradshaw has been in the pits now for quite some time. It looks like he may be done for the night in 25th. Dalton Drummond, you've seen some of his incidents. Looks like he may finally be done getting repaired. He's got the 4 back out there in 24th. Luis Orduna, just seen an update from him that lost power to his apartment. So that's a mechanical failure, as we like to call it here in the series. But it looks like Colin Flickinger tried to get it all the way to the end, could not do it as he's in, made his pit stop, coming back out. And Aaron Edwards able to slide now back up into the top 5, blink his way up to the top 5. But Jacob Grube coming across the line, and I believe that is the white flag by Barney. So one more lap around Watkins Glen International here for Jacob Grube. Matthew Seeger, almost 12 seconds, 11 and a half seconds behind in second. Joey Cruz in third. Chris Gilbert, Aaron Edwards, 4-year top 5. Then you got Brian Vorse, Dylan Emerson, Jason LePan, Ricky Renner, and Colin Flickinger for your top 10. And everyone has come in and made their second and final pit stop here tonight. The only one that I questioned was Joe Truskowski, but it looks like he should be able to get that thing home, being 1 lap down in 15th place. So everyone good to go. Won't need another pit stop here, and great finish, certainly for some of these drivers out here tonight. We're going to talk to quite a few of them at the end of this. I'm sure they'll be a little sweaty, a little happy that we're finally done and dusted with the road course on the season. It was certainly an interesting one for some of the drivers here tonight. But we'll be back to the racing action next week at Dover, and that place can be as rough as a road course for sure.
On a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, Discord popping. Somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1 chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it. There he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. One down, one is racing. Don't you cry if you can't hang. Move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut. Enjoy the ride, kick me out. That'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. Why not one racing? Say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some. Hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin.